What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Thursday afternoon so far. This is MYG Jeffy T85 here, and today's opening day. Opening day of the Major League Baseball season begins today. And you already have some games that are going on at the moment. The New York Mets are going to be starting off their season in a couple of hours as they're going to be playing against their division rival, the Miami Marlins. And you would think I'd be jacked up and excited right now. I am partially very excited because I love opening day. I love baseball. I love it to the fact that it's, like I mentioned before, it gives you that early indication that spring is on the way. And also I miss the cracking of the bat on the baseball. Pitchers going out there and throwing 100 miles an hour or more, different types of pitches they pitch, slap ball hitting, stolen bases, double plays, home runs, big time catches in the outfield and the infield, pitching strategies, bullpen, etc. But I can't be excited right now. At the moment. You know why? It's been a spring training full of injuries with the New York Mets. And we just got another one. And this is the one thing that worried me. Now, I know this might not be a major injury, but still, the New York Mets are going to be placing their new-found starting ace, Justin Verlander, just broke, is going to be placed on the injured list. What is being called right now a low-grade teres major strain. And where is it? Near his shoulder. This is what any Mets fan should have been worried about. A 40-year-old pitcher that now has a shoulder injury or near his shoulder. Now, no matter what the injury is like, still, you're talking about a guy that is 40 years old, that he had a great season last year, but the year before that, he came off a major injury where he missed all of the season. What are you going to get from Justin Verlander? And now, he's on the injured list. My guess is, if I had to pick who's going to take his spot, I'd probably have to say it's going to be Tyler McGill. If I had to pick who's going to take the spot for Verlander in the starting rotation. But now, you're already going to be without Jose Quintana for most of the season. Now you're down Justin Verlander. And Max Scherzer is towing the rubber this afternoon. So, this is not exactly the best news for the New York Mets. And I forgot, Edwin Diaz is already out for the entire year too. This is not exactly the best news you want to hear going into a Major League Baseball season where there's a lot of hope surrounding the New York Mets. But now you got to deal with one of your starting co-aces that is going to be sitting in the injured list to begin the season. This is the one thing that I honestly was very worried about this New York Mets team. I was worried about Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer trying to be able to remain healthy for this season, and now you're already down Verlander, who hasn't even taken a pitch in the Major League Baseball season yet for the New York Mets. Hasn't even pitched a single pitch during this season, in the regular season, and he's already out with injury. And there's no timetable for his return. The positive here with this, though, is at least it happened earlier on, and at least it did not happen later on in the season. Because that would have been disastrous. But it's just like, it's frustrating because the Mets have not even thrown a pitch or taken a swing of the bat yet. And they're already down 3 important players to begin the season. 2 for majority, if not all the season, and now one of their co-aces is down. Hopefully, this is only going to be a minor issue. It says Justin Verlander will be placed on the IL with a low-grade teres major strain in his nearest shoulder, so right around this area. He will continue throwing at moderate intensity, and we will rescan in about a week. We will provide an update at that time. Hopefully, give him a week off and see how he's going to look during the first official week of April and see if he can get back out there on the bump. But it's a shoulder injury, and for a guy that's 40 years old, you have to be able to be precautious because you don't want to throw him back in there immediately thinking he's going to be healthy, and then all of a sudden Verlander goes down and he's gone for even longer. That's the worst case scenario for this New York Mets team. You cannot lose Verlander or Scherzer. And that's going to put a lot more pressure on Kodai Senga. It's going to put a lot more pressure on Cookie, Carlos Carrasco, on David Peterson, and Tyler McGill to really step their games up. Especially Max Scherzer, because he is now the ace, with Verlander down, at least for the first week, maybe more, depending on how he recovers from that shoulder injury. But this is not the best news to hear for the New York Mets as they are just about ready to kick off their 2023 MLB season. And now you get the news about Justin Verlander going down with an injury near his shoulder. And whenever you hear anything involving or near the shoulder, you have to be worried. And if you're not, you're lying to yourself. That's one of the worst injuries to think about when it comes to a pitcher, is the shoulder or the elbow. That's where all the velocity comes out, is when you're able to throw from your elbow. That's where all the torquing and everything. That's where you get your strength and your pitches. Hopefully, Verlander is only going to miss a minimum amount of time. He'll only have to be on the IL for about 10 days, maybe a little longer. He can come off and get ready to go out there and throw his first pitch for the Mets. But this is not encouraging news to start the season, when you're already without your closer for the entire season and you're out without one of your other starting pitchers until July or August. But I just want to give that report real quickly. Justin Verlander will be placed on the IL with a low-grade teres major strain near his elbow. That's a muscle right near his elbow. And there is right now no timetable for his return. And he will be rescanned in about a week or so. And he will be throwing at moderate intensity and velocity, trying to see if he can work his way back after a week on the IL. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85 for more news, updates, and chatter surrounding the New York Mets. And turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Mets. And let me know in the comments section what you guys think about this fantastic news, and I say this with all exaggeration. Justin Verlander going to miss the beginning of the season with an injury near his shoulder. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Mets. As always, all you got to do is you got to believe in those boys from Queens.